I'm Christian Lamitschka for Country Music News International, and today on the show we have
James Robert Webb.
James, it's your first time here on Country Music News International.
Absolutely.
So can you please introduce yourself a little bit more to our readers and listeners?
Yeah, my name is James Robert Webb. I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I live about 25 minutes from Garth Brooks' house. And I love Garth Brooks and Ronnie Dunn are kind of my big influences as a country artist. If you want to learn more about me or hear my music, you can go to jamesrobertwebb.com, WEBB.com. Same thing on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram. And I have a single out now called Daddy Made a Million that's getting some play on the far west in UK and Ireland. And I had a single called Party in the Barn that I think got a fair amount of play over in Europe. So we all like to have our barn parties in the fall.
So what's the difference between the artist and the private person of you?
Between me? Well, they meld quite a bit, okay? As an artist, I get to be, a little bit more of a little kid, just kind of be who I am. Because I have 3 little children, 10, 7, and 4. So I kind of have to be a daddy at home, and not be goofing off as much. But really, for the most part, I'm a family-friendly artist. I like traditional country, and that's just kind of what I play. That's just kind of how I've been. So you've heard my influences, but not a lot of difference other than turning on the smile.
So 3 kids at home means you're getting up a new band, bass player, drummer, guitarist.
Okay, I didn't understand the first part. I'm sorry, Christian.
Doesn't matter. So you have 3 children at home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your new band?
Yes, I think I have so all 3 of my children play something. My 7-year-old, he's playing drums and he's singing. He just had a recital where he sang Keith Urban's "Somebody Like You," and he had a little blow-up inflatable guitar that he was playing air guitar during the Keith things. And then he'd throw it down on the ground, and he'd sing it. And he sang all the words. I didn't know he knew it. I don't know all the words. He was correcting me. And then he picked the guitar back up on the solo. My daughters both play piano and sing, and yeah, it's going to be a big family band.
My goodness,
it's fun.
How do you handle to be on the road and to at home?
That's a challenge. Like anything in life, if you're going to be successful at something, you have to sacrifice things. But my team, it's about priorities for me, and so everybody that comes into my team, they have to know, number one, has to be I have to take care of my health and my spiritual well-being and everything, and then number 2, I got to take care of my family. And number 3, I got to take care of my day job, and then all these things, and then artist. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to succeed as an artist, but you got to have all those things, all those ducks lined up in a row, as we would say in Tulsa, every day, basically.
Well, let's see. Daddy, day job, artist. Do you have spare time?
Not a lot. A lot of travel time that I have spare time. That's kind of where I write a lot. I try to do a lot of co-writes with people. But it's been challenging. I've only really been doing this for about 2 years. And in that time, I've, been developing as an artist. I've, kind of finding my voice and straight, because I can do really good Garth Brooks or Ronnie Dunn karaoke, but I get, everybody wants to hear James Robert Webb because they know where to get, Ronnie Dunn stuff. So learning to strip that stuff away. I mean, it's a lot of irons, a lot of plates spinning at the same time.
Okay. Tell us a bit more about the co-writing. Is it a hard job to create a song or write a song?
That's how I really got into, as a professional artist, I got interested in songwriting. I've been a musician for a long time. I have been a musician for a long time, but about 5 years ago or so, I really started thinking, what is it about these songs? What is it that makes us love them? The good songs versus the average songs. Sorry. And then I really was thinking, what is it about people like Garth Brooks or say ABBA, that they have song after song that just hit once they get to their place, that everybody loves, that's kind of universal. Because I love those songs, it could be AC/DC or it could be, Brooks and Dunn. Those songs that kind of speak to everybody. So then I got hooked up with a great organization called Nashville Songwriters Association International, And if you've got songwriters out there in Europe, get hooked up with them. They've got sites, groups all around the world, and you'll be working with songwriters, getting tips from people from Nashville. And that's really a great way to find co-writers. And if you're a songwriter out there, it's like I heard somebody compared it to, if you're a professional tennis player, how many balls do you hit a day? You got to hit 5,000 a day. You got to write as many songs as you can, and don't hang on to every song. You got to finish the song and move on and try to get each one better than the last. And that's really the challenge, because that's if you're gonna if you want to change the world as an artist or a songwriter, you gotta write a special song.
He told me a secret: he can speak German. So we will see how much he can talk in German. Let's start.
Are you going to start cussing me out in German? I'm just teasing. Let's see. Now you put me on the spot. Now I don't remember. I always say "Ich spreche eine kleine Deutsch," like eine kleine Nachtmusik. I don't conjugate it correctly, but it's supposed to be like a joke. Ausgezeichnet net. Ich heiße etwas.
Well, ich heiße etwas is close to German.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Sounds like my Jinglish.
That's right. Exactly. I was at the level where I could almost read like Spaß. Like read like the Marketplace magazine kind of thing.
That's okay. That's
fine.
But
I couldn't read any academic journals.
That's okay.
But I have a background in radiology, like X-rays, and so when I was in school for that too, a lot of because of Röntgen, a lot of the initial studies and like scientific discoveries and things are in German. So it's I love German because it is a very a lot of cognates and a very practical language. The structure of it. Of course, I've forgotten a lot of that apparently, and being put on the spot helps too.
I'm Christian Lamitschka for Country Music News International. On the show we had today the great
James Robert Webb. Auf Wiedersehen, y'all.